Well, hello everyone. My name is Adam Pohl, Director of Membership here with the Central Maryland Chamber. This is our second chat, our Chamber Chat, our podcast here with the Central Maryland Chamber. We're so fortunate to have with us recruitment extraordinaire, Cindi Mitchell of Flaire. Cindi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Adam. How's everything?
It's doing great. We're having a great time here, enjoying some beautiful weather here in early October.
Oh,
Which is well past the hurricane, obviously, past the 5 days without the sun, but we're enjoying it. But I really wanted to focus in on you, your business. You have such a unique quality that of service that you provide to your clientele. I want to get this right. You are the chief talent finder. I thought that was really cool, and it really tells the story a little bit of what services that you provide, because recruiting is your background.
yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for having me on, first of all. I appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you're here with us, Adam. I really love having you part of the team. And I would say for Chief Talent Finder, I didn't want to just have the title of CEO, because I feel like it's so removed from what we do, which is really getting involved with both our candidates and our clients. And I love to recruit, so you can't say it any better than that. So that's the reason for Chief Talent Finder.
Cindi, tell us your story, because obviously it was a progress leading you towards beginning your own company.
Yes. So I have a background about 20 years or so in federal contracting, mainly in the technology area. So that's probably where I spent most of my time, but started out in HR and worked my way up to HR director. I managed the recruitment team, and I fell in love with the transaction of helping people find, their dream job, but also helping the clients find their dream team. So that was really important for me. And then I guess in 2016, on a whim, just one day, just decided to register a business. Wow. And we just celebrated our 6th year last week. So I'm very excited.
Congratulations. Obviously people that are watching this are running so many different types of businesses. What were those first few years like? Obviously that was pre-pandemic. What were those first few years like in starting, your own business?
Well, I was very fortunate. I worked with a wonderful company who I still actually do things with occasionally, and love them. And they were very happy to have me stay on as a part-timer. So I worked for the first year as a part-timer, and then I went full-time and left my job. And from there, it was just taking gigs as I could get them. And the community was great. So it was a lot of referrals, still a lot of referrals today. And it's been running ever since.
So obviously when you're recruiting, trying to find people, to fit into different jobs, the market of job change and everything that the pandemic did to shake up the job market has had to make your role and your job very interesting here.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs for sure. Yeah. It's a competitive market. It was competitive, prior to the pandemic for, candidates not having a place to go.
Sure.
And then, now it's a candidate market, and we're starting to see it shift just a tad bit, but for the most part, it still is a candidate market. And in the federal contracting space, where I spent a lot of my time, it really hasn't changed a whole lot. So it's been consistent, where there's a lot of people who are not really looking, they're gainfully employed, they're excited, and you have to hunt for them. But the other part, the commercial side and the nonprofit side, we're still seeing it, really up and down.
And I know that you really work with a wide array of different types of businesses, but what is a bit of a snapshot of the types of businesses that you feel that what you provide, the services you provide, are a good fit for?
Sure. So I would say, if you asked me a few years ago, it would have been a different answer. But
really,
with the market the way it is,
things evolve.
Mm-hmm. So I would say our typical client now is one that already either has a recruiter on hand or someone who is doing the recruiting. And we're an extension of them. So we work with them to help them source, to help them, conduct full cycle recruiting. It could be any one of those tasks or all of the above. We do both hourly and we also do placement and executive search.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, so that could be anybody. So I gave
sure, that really could be.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, obviously you don't want to reveal the secret sauce, right? But what do you feel is the thing that maybe sets Blue Flaire apart?
Well, first of all, we have been in this market for a long time, at least I have.
Yes.
So you become really good at sales, really, really good at sales on both ends. Sure. And you become really good at, getting people's attention. So that's really the hard part. People are no longer just posting a requisition, a job description out there and then hoping that 60 people are going to apply. That just doesn't happen anymore. So we become really good at finding people where they live. So I've been known, I was telling a client last week that I've been known to kind of hunt out the coffee shops and tell the team where to go and find out where people are for lunch and things like that. So that's how we find them. But other ways as well. So it's been interesting to be creative, to think outside the box.
Oh, that's so important. And I do feel that, thinking outside of the box, you realize that in your industry, it's a different level of trust that you have to be able to gain with your clients. And it's a little bit tough to do that in the outset, right? I mean, it's not like you're going to meet somebody and they're going to say, oh, okay, let's bring you on board for the most part. It takes time to build those relationships and to gain that trust, because every business is their people, and you've got to trust the company that's helping bring in, what is in essence their people.
Exactly. Well, just like anything else, when you are a service provider, people hold on tight to what they know, and that's important, internal to them and their proprietary, knowledge and, their secret sauces that you get a chance to know, right? So that's really important to us to make sure that, we are, first of all, we have a good reputation of delivering. And if we can't deliver, then we'll either build a team that can deliver, for what they want, or we'll refer, which we do all the time, because we can't do everything. And just like everybody else can't do everything. So that's important to us. But the second thing is that, it takes, you're right, it takes a while to build the reputation and, to get to know people. So I'm always networking, our team's always networking. And of course, being a part of the chamber helps tremendously, because people see you at different places and then they want to help their customers, and there you go.
Yeah, because it's unique, obviously, with each business. You have a resource that is not needed at every second of every day, right? So it's got to be so important for you to be around, be top of mind, so that when somebody has that need, they're going to call upon you. Exactly.
So lots of touches that you have to have, just to keep in touch with people and, reach out occasionally, or just be available, be seen.
And I know, obviously when you really focus on one thing and you have such a skill in recruitment and you're running your own business, I mean, it can kind of be all encompassing. It can almost take you over in a way, but I know there's a lot more to you, Cindi, than just recruitment. And I wanted to ask you about some of your other hobbies, passions, things that you really enjoy.
So one of the passions I have outside of just placing people, which, I absolutely love, is helping the long-term unemployed and our veterans, and then those that have been disenfranchised in some way. Those are really, really important to me. So we've done a lot of pro bono work over the years where we help people, you know, especially for our long-term unemployed and our veterans, where they, you know, they just might need a little bit of encouragement or some interview building skills, or, you know, helping with resumes, or just someone who says it's going to be okay and we can help find them a job. So that's really important. So we get involved with different groups for that, and we help to, I mean, really to be present, because I find that if you think about it, you know, someone may just need a little, just a tad bit of information and someone to listen, and then a connection, and that's it. And you've changed not only how you feel, of course, which is important, but you may have changed a whole generation, you know, within that family, because now, you know, mom or dad or whoever has, you know, a shot for a new career or a new opportunity. So it's really, really important to me.
That's amazing. Obviously, so much of what you do, Cindi, is business to business, but as far as an individual that might be looking for a new opportunity, what are some of the things, you know, that you think they should be doing to make themselves more marketable?
Great question. So yeah, so this happens often where people are stuck, you know, they put the resume out there, they don't really know, no one's calling them. Ask for help. That's probably the best thing. Ask for help, and then be ready to be helped. That's a lesson I had to learn too, even as a business owner, is that, you know, if you can suffer in silence, but it get you anywhere, right? So you've got to be able to ask for help and then be ready to receive the help. So that's really important. Usually it's just something really tiny. It doesn't have to be something big. The reason why people are stuck, it could be too much on their resume, like it's really long, or they don't have a clear focus of what they'd like to do. Or it could be that, you know, they just need to restructure it. Yeah.
And it could be also probably some way that they're representing themselves in an interviewing process, right? I mean, there's so many things, and to try to put yourself in the best position going forward. But I think it also would take, you know, trying to build that confidence, right, for somebody too, you think?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, usually when people have help, and it may not just be me or us, it can be, you know, a whole village of people that help. And once they have it, they feel so much better. Because now it's like, especially people, even if they want to break into, you know, a certain career, like coming from, say, being a teacher, and they want to break into technology, or, you know, they're in technology, but they would like to be in leadership. So these are things that they're transferable based on their background, but it might need a little bit more help, support, you know, just vision, what that would look like, or strategy, and they don't know where to go. So, you know, they just put the resume out there and then they wait. Or if they're long-term unemployed or underemployed, and that might be six months to a year before they're finding any traction. And that's a hard place to be. So that's where my heart lives a lot.
And I really don't know this, but does any part of your position include working and almost coaching up businesses, you know, so that they are trying to not only, of course, attract the right talent to just apply, but how they go through the process?
We do work with our clients for sure, because many times, you know, we're an extension of who they are and what they represent. But we want to make sure we have a lasting impression. So not just one and done, or, you know, in and out, right? And so we make sure that they understand that recruitment marketing, how they market their company, is really important. Because when you go, for instance, if you go into a company's website and you don't see any pictures at all that represent what their mission is for, then it can kind of be distracting to the person who's considering them. So they want to see, especially for our younger generations, you know, our Gen Zs that are coming into the workplace, and then our millennials that are already in the workplace and have been for a while, you know, they are expecting to see social media. They're expecting to see things on websites that are relevant to them and that resonate, that they are included into that part of the vision. They may have all the skill, but you know what? They only have one picture, and that could be something that is not, you know, giving them what they are hoping to see, which is basically an invitation, if you will.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, Cindi, this is, I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much. It's been a great chat.
Thank you so much for having me, and it was great to see you, Adam.
Yeah, that is, of course, Cindi Mitchell of Blue Flaire. And I love the title, Chief Talent Finder. So hopefully, Cindi, if you have a fit, can be your Chief Talent Finder in the future. My name is Adam Pohl. This has been our Chamber Chat for today. We thank you for joining us here with the Central Maryland Chamber. Have a great day, everybody.